Good evening, welcome back for all those coming back and those on replays. Hey, we hope you stay. Tonight, we're on our way to Starfield. I know it's supposed to be Final Fantasy, but guess what? They have an all-worlds emergency maintenance coming up. So, because that's the way we go, we don't play on those days. So, we're not playing on that day, which is today. So instead, we will continue to cause mischief in Starfield. So with that, let's get over back onto the bridge of the Dark Fire. Now just waiting here, the devils you know. So we're off to basically head off to the den. Got a pair of skill points in tow, but that's okay. We don't know where we're going to be putting those just yet. No, I could start walking them into here. Outpost at. Still working on those. That's maxed out. Almost have ship command, so maybe I'll hold off 1 point there. Increase critical hit chance with non-automatic. These already have a high critical chance. Increases critical damage. So I could do marksman, armor, and sharpshooting. Non-automatic, non-automatic, not automatic. We'll skip that. Critical hits using non-automatic ranged weapon without a scope do double damage. You might want that. This is ignore 50% of their armor. This, of course, is an additional all critical damage by 50. Double and 50? Sounds like a deal. This is, of course, deal 10 ranged critical hits. It'll happen. How many points do I get sitting on? Oh, I still have 2. It was only on 2. Deal 50 ranged critical hits, huh? Works out for me well. Anyway, off to the den. I think combat skill can be left to last? I think it really can. Doubly so now with the ability to boost up your gun's damage massively. I don't, you know, before it was like, well, you have to be a certain level to get a certain power of weapon. Now you just need a certain amount of money. And when you only need a certain amount of money, well, that's a lot easier to get. So there's no point in being dumb with the levels. No, there isn't. Right. That's why I was saying on another playthrough, which will happen, not after this one, of course. We don't do back-to-backs. That's just my book. Coming nice and hot. Well, outside of ship design, and now I'd say combat, like you want them, you don't need them heavy.
Look who's back. You got something quick? Kinda busy at the moment.
Huh. Need to get to Etheria.
Etheria? Not an area that gets a lot of visitors. You mind me asking what you're looking for?
Criminal hideout there. I'm planning to bring to justice.
Really? Living around Etheria? Are you talking about the Warlock? There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails, never docks. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it, and at least 2 never came back. Etheria's debris fields are plenty dangerous if you're not used to flying in them. But if you're suggesting it might not have been the fields that got them, well, I can give you the coordinates of the Warlock's last sighting.
I'll take those ones.
Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction.
Perfect.
Good hunting. And stay safe.
Oh, yeah.
Only a matter of time before I get promoted out of here.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oopsie. Oops, maybe I didn't want to sell that. Too bad. I did. I have a better cutter.
How may the trick? By all means.
May as well get rid of what I'm holding on to then. Oopsie, didn't want to sell that. Back. Breaker's cutter. Hello? Well, good way to know. Don't ever mess that thing up. That's a sad thing. Energy resistance. Great, I don't know about that one. We'll sell that because that's heavy. Old stink pile of stuff in them? Yeah, something like that. I don't think that would ever be a thing to have. You know? No.
If there's anything I can... I hope we have what you need.
Right. No, that sucks. The only advantage that one has is lighter. It doesn't actually do any more damage. It is sad. I think this is sold me better.
Hello again.
Is that a terrible thing? A little bit of a terrible thing. I don't have EM, but I do have targeting. Suppose I could have spent points on that too. Could have. I haven't been blowing people up with targeting though recently. That's true. That'll work. Throw it into auto the cruise? Why not? We have the functionality for it now. Let's do it. I was thinking about, you know, what could possibly be parts of, this is the best part, Starfield's second game, the Starfield 2. People are like, oh, that would be terrible. Yeah, but I think Starfield, and this is going to be wonderful, actually has a solution for 90% of its problems built in that would be lore accurate. It's like, really? Yeah. And the answer, of course, is multiverse. Oh, and remember, this game does actually deal with multiverses. Because it deals with multiverses, we have to sort of scrape our way around the side of the planet here. Plunk. I gotta do better with the autopilot. It looks like you just like hit it and slide around the planet. Here we go. Turn those off.
Error. File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Always make sure your machine kills everything. before you decide it's okay. Item was exactly as asked for, never imagined it's just possible. You do amazing work. Done, won't get a trial, lock you in a cage rest of your life, and live, kill them or show them you won't be caged. Oh no! Someone lit this. So, the cargo hold. Some credits. Paid. So yeah, I was thinking, if you did Ace of Hearts, ironic. Very ironic. Even take this. Ooh. That. What's out here? Not gonna have all the tasty stuff. Up there it is. Science crate. Oh, okay, that's just the backpack then. So, like I said, you can solve any problem you don't like in the game by using the multiverse excuse. I was like, maybe, oh, that's right, because the game is in a multiverse. It's a whole thing about the game. It's like you come from a multiverse, you go to another multiverse. No, spoilers be there. Not that it should be a big issue. The game's been out for like an ever. Like, but I didn't know. Shut up. Right? Okay, that doesn't use anywhere except here, so this is probably a good one. So, yeah. I had a better idea. For the start? Yeah. Which is... have you just do, you know, your character creation and then drop in as if you popped into the universe from outside the universe. Right off the bat. It's start day one. Boom. Right? It's like, but you're game 2 into this, right? You're already game number 2. So what are you trying to hide as the rub? You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's true. You don't have to hide anything. The main... that doesn't work. It looks like it would work, but it doesn't. So, there's no reason to hide the ball, so to speak. That, oh no, we're in a multiverse and all the rest of it. Like, oh, true. There isn't. It's like, no. Because there's no reason to hide the ball. Sneaky hole. Why bother trying to hide the ball? Right, so you enter the multiverse. And you, of course, will be leaving the multiverse at the end of the thing. Right? Maybe still do the whole new game plus elements to it. That sort of nonsensical things. I am not going to blow the ship up. I'm just going to leave it in 1. Oops. oh, we didn't want this and this. Pick and choose which decisions didn't happen in
Be
canon.
advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Sure, whatever.
And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
Right? Okay, see, I see. So you get everything done in one and rolled in two. Exactly. You get to choose what the canon endings are without them having to be canon, because honestly, who cares? Right? Every ending was canon and every ending's not canon at the same time. None of the story effects have to affect your multiverse because it's a new multiverse, so you don't have to worry about the whole, you know, oh no, but we have to write up what happened because the fleet got defeated, or no, you don't. Oh, damn. Right?
Wake up!
Hello?
Fancy seeing you.
Oh, hello,
I
Janet.
was hoping to run into you eventually. I've got something for you.
Oh, I can't imagine
I'll
what.
give you 3 guesses.
Right? Sack of potatoes?
Yep, it's a sack of potatoes. You know, because potatoes are my favorite thing in the universe and I just couldn't stay away from them. No, dummy. It's some credits I earned to pay you back. It's not much compared to what you did for me, but I hope it helps. Here.
Ah, what are you doing for work now?
Oh, I'm just working the front desk at a local accounting practice. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills while I take classes. I haven't decided whether I want to pursue a history degree or get into film studies. I've always been interested in Earth culture, so one of those seems appropriate.
Oh. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. I wanted to keep my word. Anyway, I was hoping you could do one last favor for me. Since you have a ship, would you be able to deliver a letter to my sister Julia for me?
I can do that for you.
I knew I could count on you. This means a lot to me. Let me just add a few more details to my letter. And... okay, there. Thanks again. Take care.
Dear Julia. Wonderful. No, I am not doing the dear sister thing right now. But yeah, like I said, you get to rewrite all the sub-factors. You get to redo all the factions. You get to do all the bits and pieces, and anything that looked dumb, you get to basically say, oh, that never happened in this universe. So you can soft boot game, yep, between every, and if you do that as this default starting, yeah,
I have a feeling today's going to be a great...
then you get to, you know, the developers then get to basically make that the canon entry and exit to any Starfield. Much like how Bethesda sort of took a, oh no, it's a prisoner, right, for all of Elder Scrolls. Like, what's the prospects that Elder Scrolls 6 will have us as a prisoner? Come on, prisoner, here you go. But yeah, that's quite likely.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays?
The universe has one less monster in it.
So he didn't come quietly then, as I suspected. I presume you have evidence of this.
Found his ID.
Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome.
This Kaiser guy a robot?
A military Model A, yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the Xeno warfare team during the Colony War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him.
Well, are you helping us with
I
this?
dedicated my life to the United Colonies. Every effort of my being to their protection. I even gave them my heirs. Even if my circumstances have changed, my purpose is not.
Well, thanks for the info.
Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
So, but like I said, it's a great concept. And if they establish it as the war entry, that means every Starfield thereafter, 2, 3, 4, whatever, if they even get that far, but you know, point being made, you can effectively rewrite the entire universe every time, as long as you sort of keep certain elements. Hate the train sometimes. Get your ass to Mars. So, yeah, see what I mean? And it's super, super simple. It's already a lore. It's in the game. It's canon detail of the game. You get to start everyone right off with the ship.
Hey, what can I do for you?
You know, ship, weaponry, equipment. Yeah, okay. You know, you might do a little bit of a tutorial elemental thing for it. But you're there, right?
Captain, welcome back.
But I don't want the Dusty becoming the default entry for
I was
this
afraid
game.
you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen?
Uh-huh. You know, almost forgotten I was a citizen. What happened in the interim?
Must have changed up how the ceremony works. I just raised my hand and said, sure, I'm in. But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data and, well, we're gonna need all the help we can get. These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them.
I can help with that. I found your... And hell, monster eats Terramorphs.
Well, 8. They went extinct a few decades back. A big lumbering thing called an Aceles. Something I'd love to learn more about, if we had the people to look into it.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Your research on the team.
That'd be something, wouldn't... I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. That accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser?
He's my next stop. I was told I needed your help overcoming his security protocols.
That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them?
Had some help, but we need to leave it at that.
You can't be... Oh, you are serious. Okay. No more questions. But still, getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on dealing with the Terramorphs. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, you're gonna need something. Come on. We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the unpleasant side, but the facility staff made short work of that.
Good thing it's to go up.
I know it's here somewhere. Uh-huh. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's gonna need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine?
Ground zero for Xeno weapon deployments, how it's described.
Oh my god, are you talking about Nero? No wonder no one's found him. Xeno weapons are just the tip of the iceberg in that place.
Ooh, hungry.
The environment's devastated. There's little, if any, real law. Nero's got more than enough ways to make any visit your last. But
Cool.
I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any.
Yep. Well, I'm off to New
And
York.
I'll make sure we're ready to put him to use as soon as you got him.
I ain't telling her Papa Dude that back. That's guaranteeing to get myself smack-a-dude. I will have some jerky. Some cola. Right, so, yeah, perfect, right? Because, like I said, the other option for a 2 would be, oh no, you're another miner in another hole somewhere. It's like, no. And you gotta do it, no. Not unless you intend to throw out the entire Starborn. It's like, well, that's kind of dumb. It is kind of dumb, but, that said, it does give ability to work. They just didn't do enough with it. Like I said, the Constellation line is pretty much derp, to describe it mildly. I'm missing carrying my shields, I can see that. Patch it up. Pretty much. No, it's full. There we go. So, you know, may as well play with the whole thing. It's one of the unique elements. Ooh, unintelligible chat room. Sounds like a normal trader. Right? You know, work with it. Like I said, the problem with the current information of it is literally, oh no. Let's just, you know, give the stuff to the dude. Oh. Yeah. Oh. And run the tools and walk away. Yeah, you don't get the immunity, but you also what's the bad thing that happens if you give it to him? There is none. He gets to piss off to the Unity and not you. Like, okay. And that's bad because it's foggy today. What are you up to? Gotta find a new suit. Did something just blow up out there? Just put those there. Cool. Spacesuits. 15 thermal. Compared to equipped. I have 15 corrosive. 15. Merc suit's got 30. Blade of Hacker. It's a single suit, so the extra armor is coming from the pack. You know. So. Alright, I guess I'm running that. Helmets. 520 on the luxurious. Axe. N there. 45 on that pack. Cool. This ought to look about as well put together as anything. I got an itty bitty little head. It's either that or camp out.
Excuse me.
No. Until this. You know, camp out until the fog goes away. Would you change how the suits work? For certain chemical stuff, sure.
You're in my light.
I don't care. Like, for airborne hazards, I'd probably give it a big fat finger.
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind. Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Jill. Proprietor.
Pleasure to meet you, I'm Thing.
So formal. The pleasure's all mine, my good man. Angelo Alonso, at your service. You can call me Jill. Can I get you started on a tab, then? Or you here to try and make your fortune in the fields? I'm happy to take your credits however you want to hike them over.
Right. Well, I'm looking for a robot.
Kaiser? No bot around here with that tag. Oh, unless you mean Captain Ahab? At least, that's what we've all been calling him. No clue what his actual designation is. since he's got some sort of security protocol that prevents inquiries and general chit-chat. But he's a combat bot, right? Yeah, that machine's been out there a while now, hunting this one siren. His white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on Captain Ahab, though. Maybe he finally got the thing. Or it got him.
Could be. Now they have this. What's a siren?
Nasty kind of alien left behind after the colony war. Pretty much blind. Original ones brought to Nera were all xeno-weapons. But those critters have long since passed. But they left behind more than enough untrained babies to keep the fields plenty interesting.
That makes no sense. Could be him. Worked with the Xeno warfare.
That's where I recognize that insignia. Red Devils. Yeah, Ahab's definitely your bot. So, sounds like you've got two options. You can wander around out there, hunting your bot, little old white whale of your very own. Maybe you find him. Maybe you get yourself killed. But knowing this rock is part of what we do here. So if you want to find him a whole lot faster, I'll sell you what I know about this. Kaiser's location. Going rate's a little steep, but I'm willing to negotiate.
Alright, so I can pay him 1,000, persuade him, or just go, Freestar, hey, I'm collective born. Trust me when I say it's our best interest to find him.
You and everybody else here. But, fine. I'll give you the neighborly discount.
Wow. Robot might be a key to stopping Terramorph attacks.
I mean, great for him. But that won't keep acetylene in our tanks. And, honestly, would you be able to tell if a Terramorph was attacking outside? Sorry.
Well, maybe one.
I'm listening.
Well, how long before you get another offer?
Don't think I'm desperate or anything, but you do have a point.
It makes sense if you just go along with what I want.
Huh. That makes a lot of sense. Now that I think about it. Okay. You made your point. I'll give you a discount.
$350.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Got 2 discounts.
So, last anyone heard of him, he was out near the Syracuse. Shipwreck about a quarter click down the main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard some kind of beacon. Just keep your ears open. You should find your machine. Eyes open too. Sirens and Ecliptic out there, and neither takes prisoners. Oh, and corpse retrieval is not included in this transaction, so now you know.
Yeah.
Give Ahab a Kaiser our best.
Fair enough. Proceed to the Syracuse. We're gonna put holes in those ones. They don't have to deal with them elsewhere. Blow things up. You don't have to worry about them basically sticking you in the face. Nini gone.
Controls unlocked. Attempting to resume. Attempting to. Error.
Ooh, Pilsner.
Level insufficient. Battery required. Type microcell. Inquire at salvage yard.
Cool. That's why we blew away all the sirens we saw. What screen would be that kind of too far?
In need of materials? Or just here to have a drink and enjoy the views? So that's where your machine's been. Ran out of juice. Heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways are everywhere on this rock. Suck the power out of a pen light if you let them. But a microcell, that's military-grade tech. I think we might have one, but I can promise you, it's not going to be cheap. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system here, but only if you had some quality schematics. So, I just brace for a little sticker shock.
Uh-huh. Oh, show me what you got.
All legal.
Microcell is 12,000. It's one of the emergency batteries cut off. What do you have there? Moby Dick, Scrappy Nera.
Not here to be your friend.
I don't care if you're here to be my friend. Where's the workbench? Research lab. Suppose I should have.
Yes?
Pancakes!
What can I do for you? Wouldn't have lasted real long here, doing what we do without a top-notch fabrication system. So long as you've got the specs, it should be able to handle making you a microcell. But finding materials up to the task, you're likely going to be sifting through quite a few mech hulks out there to find what you need. Though, if you think you can actually manage something like that, I'm willing to make you a deal. I'll point you towards the juiciest harvest sites. Spots where you should be able to find quality parts. But in return, any excess materials you collect, you sell to me, all right? Save us from risking our necks on another run out there. What do you say?
Hey, well...
Then let me just mark those collection points. Watch yourself out there.
pardon?
Your pardon. Do, do, do. You thing. We know what you are.
You're trying.
That sucked. You were fighting a heat leech. I'm gonna fight this heat leech instead of the guy who just like murdered my entire team. Like the Ecliptics out there, they don't take prisoners. Okay? Neither do I. Because no point to it, really. Think you can make money on it. Dun, 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 dun. Spark degenerate materials. So the fog's blown away. Looks like it. They're dead now. Like, probably not fair shooting it from all the way up there. Disagree with those suits. I do disagree with the one-piece suits. The only good... Technically, I add up the numbers. The one-piece suit is pretty much identical to... if you had all three pieces of armor. The difference is, it works differently for isolation. Oops.
Hello.
Hello.
Shoo. Don't forget, whatever else you find, no better selection.
Let's see, what did I find? Got that. That. Circular fuel rod. Those. I don't know if that's used in. What's a heat leech? Terrible thing that needs to basically be mass murdered. Or it could just be this door was one of the bug doors. Some of them are. Certain airlocks are bugged. Certain airlocks are bugged. And they just don't work. They don't work.
Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Analyzing. Residual damage detected. Impact shielding. Visual systems. Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission. Please step aside.
Yeah. Your mission just got superseded. Major Sanon not on to
Major Sanon will have to wait. I cannot leave my mission. Although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful, additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place.
What is this? Tell me about
My mission is the disarmament of Unit XW-99. Designation Siren. Nearest final active Xeno weapon, 99 has proven a far more formidable adversary.
Yeah.
During the Colony War, handling of Unit 99 and its peers were among my personal duties. Deploy Unit 99. Defend Unit 99 against hostile forces. But above all, ensure Unit 99 was never used against non-combatants. When I was separated from the Xeno warfare team with the Armistice, Unit 99 and its broodmates remained here, causing many non-combatant deaths. So I am here to correct my mistake. I have nearly succeeded in disarming their brood. Only Unit 99 remains.
Yeah. What?
Correct. Unit 99 is a Siren, a deadly biological specimen deployed to Nira during the Colony War. Engineered for combat efficiency, execution of said specimens is the standard method of Xeno weapon disarmament.
Uh-huh. It's the only way I can get you to come.
Follow me. Mind your step, as you have no doubt witnessed.
I know, my section is screaming. Ooh, do I have enough to actually cover the condition? I think I might. Nice.
I am detecting Unit 99. But there is a complication. Unit 99 is on the other side of that reach. But it appears to be under the control of hostile forces. Sensors suggest Ecliptic. A mercenary company like Ecliptic would only want Unit 99 to utilize it as a weapon. This means Unit 99 must be disarmed immediately. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost. No quarter given. Do you concur?
Yep.
Moving out.
Any other ways to disarm it other than killing it? Check for a magazine. Oh, they have a robot. Nice.
Unit 99's service is now complete. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? Major Sinan is involved?
Part of the xenomorph weapons. We're fighting against the aliens. Not really.
That is a cause I would like to be a part of. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
Prince. If I remember rightly, that book is Machiavelli wrote that. Number of pages been ripped out of the book. Understandable. Really? Very. Okay.
Ready for liftoff.
Excellent. But I know the next world we're going to, and for that cause, I'm going to change my gear. So, add on. For that. Both be sold. Add on. I can do this. Sold. Helmet. sort. One. Yep, then I can put on this, which has got massive amounts of thermal. Extreme temperature entry helmet. Actually kind of a cool looking suit, mine too. Take off. So, yeah. Did you do anything with the ships? I think the ships require just refinement, mostly. A little more refinement, yeah. Or Starfield 2. I would allow the units to be, instead of doing like a 3x2 and a 2x3, you do them sort of as a 2x3, but then allow it to be rotated. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. So you'd have your pieces at like a 2x1, or you could rotate it.
Arrived. I will meet you inside the facility.
Cool. Right, you rig it so it can be rotated 90 degrees. I think that's the only thing that would have to really happen with the HAB side. And make the parts so they can be rotated in other directions. Well, they're just more rotations. Yeah. You know, you got a piece that goes like forward, backwards, left, and right.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanon, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was
Alien kebabs, and I think I'll have that warning.
told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion. Where are we going?
Londinian.
Londinium, Doctor. I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. Meaning us finding and disposing of them ourselves isn't an option.
Right.
But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on. I'll walk you through what we're thinking.
Cool. Also, proper walk key would be nice.
You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asyles?
Yeah, I remember.
Apparently, they were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using, well, using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asyles' hunting skills to track down the Terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them, and put an end to the Terramorph problem definitively.
Not sure. I like the idea of introducing random aliens to human worlds across galaxies.
Well, there is another option. It'd be faster, maybe even more effective. But it's got its own risks. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with Terramorph DNA for us. which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asylees.
Cool. Alright, let's mess out of this.
Well, so that's tricky. Both plans are going to take major investments in time and resources. We're talking years of work, not to mention some highly specialized materials. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asylees gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around. But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinian.
Yeah. Well, if that's what it's going to take.
I think this is the answer we've been looking for. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatoum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
Woohoo.
Howdy.
Hey, hello.
What is the optional element I have here? Oh, you are a...
Oh, this goddamn planet. You romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough, but I forgot what a dust-crusted pit Mars can be. Now you, what do you need?
This.
Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working together.
Introduction's always first.
Don't much care for Vanguard. It sounds like you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city, so, thank you for what you did there.
Oh, well, I hope your family was alright.
Yeah, they both came through okay. One's science division, other's an artist.
Oh.
Effectively useless human beings that would have had no reason to be anywhere near the fighting. Still, would hate to see anything happen to them. Now, what was it you needed?
Guns.
Don't worry. I'll handle the paperwork.
First thing I'm going to do is sell you the bullshit I don't want to. Huh? Then I'm not hauling... Oop, nope. And I'm not hauling that around. Also, it means I can buy better stuff off. What? I don't want that. What's this? That? Yeah, they're weapons, horses. See about dumping that. Solstice. Oops. Extra one there. There. Keep all that. What do you have? Advanced microgun. Amped up Orion. Reckless bombardment. I like the name. It's a grenade launcher, but I love the name. Vampire's Gift. Med theft. So it's a Kodama with a box clip at the bottom because reasons. Yep. Looks like I'm gonna guess a long or a suppressor on it. 2 folding stock flechette drum magazine. Advanced hard target. 4-meter explode.
Yes?
No. Alright, so what nonsense can we arm our team with? We have shotgun ballistic. Yep. I need another crew member. Actually, I know where I can get another crew member, so let's head to New Atlantis. Now we'll go pick up a new crew member. Serious? Very serious. You. Oh, you see vigilance. Oh, and then of course there's the wreck of the Unifier. Alpha Centauri first. Commercial district? Mm-hmm. Aim mode uses CO2 to slow time temporarily. It's a pity that social skills don't also use O2 to slow time temporarily so you can use their abilities. Cyberware style. Good that way? It would be good that way.
I'm a morning person. Just a regular ball of sunshine. Hey?
Oh. That's nice to meet you.
Sure.
Anything I can do for you?
Yeah. Find a gal bank teller and deposit all your cards into my bank account. It'll be paid, of course. Eventually.
What are you doing here?
Trying to get a job at Gal Bank. It's the big building with the word Gal Bank on it.
Huh? Alright, I assumed it was the other building that says mast.
Yeah, you'd think so, but sorry, not a Gal Bank. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to be a banker. It'll be fun.
Oh, you're big. What if you came work for me instead?
Tempting. But I want to work for an evil greater than myself. And no one person can be as evil as a bank. But tell you what, come back in a few hours, and if I don't get the job, I might reconsider. Later.
Give them a kick. Give them a kick. Give them a kick. Well, this is the fun part.
If this world is off limits, advised to jump to safe harbor immediately.
Yeah. I'm cleared to be here. If you're critical, I'm going to stand down and report you. Here for the meeting for this.
Let me check my logs. Alright, you can proceed. We'll let them know you're on your way down.
Now, let's be official. Civilian outpost. Ourselves in full thermal here too. It looks like it's snowing a bugger out there. All right. I also should probably go and see about cranking up the protection on this thing. Advanced, advanced, advanced. Take it up to superior? Why not? Already at maximum quality. Where's the pack? Superior, superior. Upgrade mod. I have a physical resistance mod. Nice, but I'm not that in. Oh, I went into the pack. Okay, well, I don't have the money for it. But I could do this to bring up this. Nice, actually. So, let's have a look here. That. Status, please. So we have 65 thermal. Not bad. We're gonna have 2 people shooting around there. I don't need a third. Frostbite gained. Damn, it's cold outside. I don't know how.
Inside the barriers, double time!
You
with the Xeno unit? Head to command. Far end of the compound.
Probably had my... Well, I didn't have the helmet on, so like instant frostbite. No!
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world, and I don't know you. You're with the collection team then, I presume. Either that, or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser.
Yep. Captain this Banksy Vanguard.
Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your outfit.
Commander Hatum,
No need for introductions, Major Sinon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you, as does the urgency of your mission, so I'll get to it. Now, Londinium is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Sinon's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there.
Cool.
Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into trouble, my people will not be coming. Do we understand each other?
Uh-huh. Right. Wouldn't even send this? Yeah, understood. Don't expect backup.
Precisely. I'll leave you to your preparations then. You can find your equipment in our armory, base of the tower just outside. Now, once you're outside the base, it's my personal suggestion you make a beeline to the nearby Aceles plant. It contains one of our field caches. Though I can't guarantee it won't contain anything else. I hope you all find what you're looking for out there. Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples from here. When he finds one, he'll transmit the coordinates to us out in the field.
All right.
All right. Head over to the armory and gear up. Once you're done, we'll meet by the entrance to the city.
In the off chance that you don't have an arsenal of kick-ass weapons, we will make sure to give you an arsenal of kick-ass weapons. Oh, this is the tower.
Heard you're going out there willingly. Damn.
Duly noted, Commander.
Yep. Specifically with Beast Auto this. I want Beast Hunter. 40mm explosive. Prime. More 40mm explosives.
Word of advice while
Mag
you're out
Storm,
there.
50 mil.
Don't trust what the voices tell you.
And that's only 11mm. That can stay it's there. Entrances through chunks. Pick up chunks. Quick save. Alright, let's look at the stuff they gave us here. So, there's this, which has got average this, but it's technically more there, and it's also heavier. Beast Hunter, of course, gives me take 15% less damage. And it will auto heal me. Ooh, that's not really worth it. This, of course, has got less melee damage, right? Carry capacity. Less damage overall. Armor plate is not bad. Here we go again. This damage to scanned targets. Cindery, chance to ignite nearby attackers. Versus this, which weighs like next to nothing. And yeah, sure, it's got a lot less armor. Still.
on your gear? Are you ready to do this?
Hey, wait, are you nervous?
Yeah, just pre-mission jitters. You hear about a place for so long, it maybe gets bigger in your head than it should be. But you don't need to worry about me. I'll be all right. Now, are we doing this or not?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Then let's get this show on the road. Kaiser? Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Ah, frostbite became worse.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
Alright. On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. I see these. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
That makes sense.
Shit. These things, they're all dominated. Clean them out and keep an eye out for the more controlling them. You'd make a decent field biologist, Captain.
Oh, get over here, you scuzzy walker thing.
Your shipping yard's just beyond the processing plant.
Oops. Nope. Only hit 9 critical hits so far.
Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
We close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot. Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Frostbite became worse. No! Terrible frostbite now. So it's still out in the cold. You're wearing your thermal suit, I know, but I didn't wear it when I ran out the door. Should have gone back in and cleared it instead of carried on. Oh, well, didn't do it. Shoot. Bad choice. Would you, like I said, would you fix that up? And if I was doing a Starfield 2, the answer, of course, would be yeah. Not all of them. Not all of them? Not all of them. Certain environmentals I agree with, because you're dealing with certain things. Cripples. What?
Open fire!
Okay, I want something with stupid amounts of O2 recovery then. pump one of those. 10%. 18%. Bed for whatever. Do not drink the Pilsner. Oh yeah, it's got nothing to do with that. It's just gonna hurt me every time I move.
Over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
Samples secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid Terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
There are steam tunnels under the city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
I'm not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
You got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
The Terramorphs aren't that much to this gun, are they? Not really. Of course there's mech components here. It was all during the war, wasn't it? Who knows? I might be able to cure my frostbite down here. Yeah. Okay, so I can do that. I will just take a few more heal pastes on the way through. Like I don't have enough of them.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
And no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. Real marvel.
Fuck you, and fuck you, deep leeches.
All these leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
I don't think that's the right question to be answering, but... Has to be good. Coffee won't be that cold.
What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, have you seen this? Oh my God. The heat leeches are terramorphs. You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
Funny thing is, and I'm gonna take a moment here for this whole dumb shit idea. Why did no one genetically process a heat leech and a terramorph and go, hey, these things are pretty much the same thing? What we witness can't be how all terramorphs are born.
No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinian lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. It's incredible.
Nothing natural.
I am sincerely inclined to agree, but current evidence suggests nature manages it just fine. The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, does this... Could someone have set that up?
Right? And I mean, what we witnessed is certainly plausible.
But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go!
Londinian.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this. First of all, Geyser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
Captain, let Geyser take a look at that sample.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
Yeah. I mean, some use a trigger.
Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attacks. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one, it couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the terramorphs. These attacks,
I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
Yep, I thought timings of the Terran showing up was suspicious.
They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
Right? How's Varun? Those guys are the worst. Maybe something independent. They're always looking for firepower. Some ideas, but it's far from responsible. Start hurling accusations.
That's a good point. An accusation this consequential needs evidence to back it up. Not just conjecture.
Let's save the discussion for when you all are standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport?
The entrance is this way.
Doesn't have power. We need to go in there to get power, don't we?
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
That'd be a nice cold one.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And we do that. Ah, Captain. I think I see it.
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic.
The big red fucking button.
Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Center, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet will be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties? Yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk. Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he?
Never learned this reading this, you seem to have mastered. It's certainly how I interpreted it.
He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people. Condemned this city to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. He was
someone who thought keeping the secret would save lives.
a calculated loss. These soldiers for the rest of the galaxy. That sounds exactly like what my father would do. But it can't justify slaughter. But I guess that's just another part of his sick legacy now. He thought he was protecting us all, taking the secret to his grave. Only he didn't succeed. Now someone else knows about the Lazarus plant and is using it exactly how he feared.
Yep. And we're right, he's long gone. It's up to us to get to the bottom of this.
That's exactly right. Let's move. The settled systems are counting on us.
Yeah, no, I'd ooh, multi-pack. So, I'd lose the things that make no sense in a spacesuit,
Kaiser, try now.
and keep the things that do make sense in a suit. Extreme cold would be one of them, so
Guys,
thermal,
your sample, it
radiation.
moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't
Yep.
sound good. Eyes peeled.
So, both of those? Yeah, because, like I was saying, cold can screw you up through a suit. It can. Alright. Radiation can definitely screw you up through your suit if you don't have enough protection. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. You gonna do the jump out of the bottom snow thing?
Possible.
Cool. Quick clip.
Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Final sample secure.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
Ah! Frostbite became worse. No! Frostbite. Never go out. This. I got heal gel and heal paste. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, robot. Oh, this ought to be fun.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion.
Yep. Really cost a couple of this, but yeah, we got them.
Can't be positive until we run some tests. But knowing that the Terramorphs have been masquerading as heat leeches all this time is a big find.
Yeah.
Arguably makes things more feasible, now that we know what we're dealing with, not less.
Agreed. Plus, I don't think you're gonna have to push real hard to get folks on board with cleaning up one of the galaxy's greatest pests if this is what they're capable of.
But none of that's getting done without the samples. You do have them, right?
Kaiser's got them in storage.
Ah, this place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Bay Victus knew about this damn plant?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
Right? Yeah, plenty of suspects, that's for sure.
That's putting it lightly.
But it's clear someone knows about the plant and realized what ends it could be put towards. Captain, we need to get these samples back to the lab and verify we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the Terramorphs. But in the interim, do you think you could look into what we uncovered? See if you can turn up any information on who might have committed the attacks?
If it were me, I'd start at the scene of the crime, New Atlantis.
I got some ideas. I can't make any promises.
I wouldn't expect any. But who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky and turn up some leads. Once you've finished your investigation, we'll meet you outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to hear this. Take care of yourself. No telling who might be involved.
And let's travel to the Darkfire. Oh, get out of this cold weather gear. Wait for the green dot to vanish. Then on my fusion stuff again. Needs better armor. Not better against the cold. My advanced heat. That one. The superior. The rest of this. Oh, that was a sneezy one hiding in there. Hashing. Shattered shock. Shattering. Find inflictor? Yeah, one. Carry an EM gun just for the sake of it. Yeah, but like I said, with the new point of advancement, like, I got tons of money and one ship. Buff, you know? Any future playthroughs will definitely be on reduced numbers of ships, because the ship costs an absolute fortune out of it. Multiple ships cost a fortune out of it. And now upgrading weapons costs an absolute fortune to fit. And that's not even considering the proper way to do it. Yeah, it's going to cost stupid numbers of coin, to be honest. I would probably say the best way to do weapons going forward would be roll. There's going to be one, I think one skill just became the skill. You do? Don't know if it'll, right? Commerce, reducing costs of things. Might
Welcome
be.
to UC's.
Might, yeah, let's go here for a moment. Commerce might, because it's a, 20% off. Maybe that works, but otherwise, this, which reduces the resources required to craft items by 60%. So these two abilities would be commerce and research methods may have an effect on that.
Base, maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
No contraband on board.
Scan complete.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the Victus. It dropped right in on mast. I could speed level to that area. So those two definitely became powerful abilities. Didn't they? At the Nat. Oh, I want to go straight to the mast. Transit station mast. I gotta go through a load screen anyway. It's like, what do you think would be the key fun point? Yeah, cold would still freeze you, but it would have to be reasonable cold. And that said, the equivalent of this, it's 10 points of resistance, right? And reduced chances. You'd actually have to do something like get airborne, you're wearing a spacesuit. Corrosive would be a thing, thermal would be a thing, and radiation would be a thing. So those three would be the thing. Right. So it'd be like reduction to thermal, reduction to radiation, reduction to corrosive, double protections type thing. Airborne's the dumb one. It's like, oh, it's airborne stuff. I'm wearing a helmet. Yeah. Radiation, corrosive could be eating through the suit. Right? Like it's corrosive, it's inside eating through the suit. Radiation's penetrating the suit, so you only have so long to soak. Or the suit doesn't, well, you take too many rads. It's just like standard radiation. Yep. Alright. Scarper a paramour? No.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Don't know. You want to tell me about your time in Londinium?
I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Why? Is there some way I could be of assistance? Were you able to recover what you were looking for?
Play dumb. We know you're behind the attacks on New Atlantis and Tau Ceti.
Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that?
Right? Because the only other person who knew Lazarus could be weaponized.
That's quite the claim, Captain. I hate to think what would happen if such a patently untrue statement reached the ears of the Cabinet. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
No more lies. Confess or I turn over what I found.
You know you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it. use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Right? Seems personal.
You can be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
Yep. Didn't even trust your own people in the UC?
These were the final days of the colony war, Captain. The Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. I was concerned that if word got out, the Collective could swoop down, start breeding Lazarus plants, and overrun our worlds with waves of terramorphs. Just like what was happening on Londinian at that very moment. Sealing off the city to prevent mass death, it was the only option that made sense at the time.
True.
Precisely. In that moment, I couldn't allow another dangerous variable to be added to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
Right. How could you have coordinated it?
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands, all without the UC realizing whom you were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
So I'm just your cleanup crew.
Why would I want to be in the good graces of the people who control my very life? I don't know, Captain. Maybe I still dream of a life outside these walls someday. A new face would be needed, of course, but it wasn't an impossibility. Though now, I'm not so sure.
Right, so I'm just your cleanup.
Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. Maybe more. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And
Hungry.
that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
Yeah. You're waiting for me to say thank you. We're going to be here a while.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the Terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlez's role in the attacks to the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlez and Orlez alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
Right. Kind of work we talking about?
Hunting down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over. You would help me, like you did with Orlez. Track them down and keep them from doing harm to the United Colonies. Impossible, though, if the cabinet learns I'm the one responsible for the attacks.
Fine, I'll make sure everything's pinned on this.
Splendid. Then I won't keep you. You've got important work, after all. Here's to a bright future.
I can't fault him for what he's done. The after attacks, yes. Not for the bombing of the thing, not for silencing of this, not for trying to make sure that the Terramorphs are finally dealt with. His methods, not just like, hey, by the way, yeah, these are actually those, and this is how this happens. By dragging it out into the open like he has, it kind of forces it to be cleaned up. Yeah. If he just told it, someone may have just weaponized it. You know, Lazarus bombs to drop on UC on Freestar next time they step out of line type. Problem is, when you have a weapon, sometimes people aren't looking for lightweight, they're just looking for a reason to let it off the chain, so to speak. Fear them. So they might do terrible things, they might do terrible things, yes. I prefer them not to.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Nice.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Any leads on who might have committed the attacks?
This. Named Reginald Orlez precipitated the attack.
Orlez? Reginald Orlez? He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
Positive. The evidence is on the way to cabinet as we speak.
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orlez now? Were you able to bring him in?
Tried, but he took his own life instead of this.
I'm sorry to hear that. Those sorts of missions are always tough. Any idea why he might have done it? Or what he was doing with the plant?
Never found a confession.
I can't imagine the amount of work it took to deploy the Lazarus plant off-world. Strange to go to all that trouble and not state your reasons.
Well, the man knew how to hold a grudge. I wouldn't be shocked if this was him getting back at the UC for trying to put him on trial.
I guess. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs.
Nope. Which of the two methods are you leaning toward?
Microbe is going to make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in, see if they have a preference.
Both are this? What are the risks if we decide to bring back the
Asilies aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the Terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asilies, we're at least dealing with known risks. They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Asilies seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch him. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Oh, nothing else on my end. Let's head in
And
there.
here we go.
Yes? What?
Plenty of things.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances.
Oh, mess.
But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
Yep, it was that. Yes, they found the culprit.
The second report claims to know the perpetrator as well. Did Reginald Orlais actually commit these attacks, Captain?
Yes, it was Orleans.
That appears to be the case, ma'am. The captain tracked that information down just after our trip to Londinian.
Reginald Orlais? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission, and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orlais might have been involved in the attacks?
No, ma'am. We're just... we're dealing with a known criminal.
Well, it appears you were ahead of the curve. This report contains definitive evidence Orlais triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the Captain and Major Sanan uncovered.
Simply harrowing.
Indeed. Though it would have been preferable for him to have finally faced the UC's justice. It seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here. The Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches. The three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian, All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
True.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Agreed. That is the right call. Should be wiped out.
We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
Hard for anyone to commit new attacks if the plant we erase any trace of it.
And with Orles having been dealt with, this problem can end here.
And allow us to focus on the grander task to come. Very well. We'll clean up the plant. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain.
Better just wipe it out.
To our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the Captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Right. This caused enough damage. This. Right. Caused enough damage.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the Captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, this.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander. Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
That was a big old yap fest. Too much of a yap fest? Too much of a yap fest. Yeah, but the fact that no one was able to run the genetics and find heat
Informed us of
leech.
your new status. Congratulations on making Class 1.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before.
Thanks, man. It's an honor.
No need to thank me. You brought this on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
12,000 credits. Right. That's incredibly.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But, with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
I gotta take some time off from aliens.
Of course. You've earned some R&R. Once you're rested up and ready to head out there again, you come see me.
And we'll go have a look with Vivictus. Really? Yep. Level A clearance required. I think they'd see some visible guns down this corridor. And in this room here. Some actual turrets. Why not?
What's this? Just you then? No UC executioner. So the cabinet knows the truth about Orlays. Splendid. That means you and I can get to work.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna know this, it's you. Why did the UC lose the colony war?
I'll tell you why. Because the UC was, and is, full of people unwilling to pay the price required for victory. In the last days of the war, the UC was on the precipice of executing a final great assault on the Freestar collective home system of Cheyenne. A massive strike, capable of obliterating Freestar Central Command and ending the conflict at long last.
Think the Freestar people couldn't fight with Central leadership? You're mistaken.
And I wouldn't underestimate the UC's capability for coordinated action. But just before we could launch the strike, word came from Londinian. The Terramorph outbreak had begun. I went to the city to assess the state of things, and discovered the Lazarus plan. We couldn't spare ships for a proper quarantine, so it was my decision to destroy the spaceport and seal off the city. Deal with it quickly, so we could get back to winning the war.
Yeah, it's that too. Alright, sacrifice one city, suppose. I can see the logic there.
It seemed a simple choice. So upon my return from Londinian, we proceeded with our killing blow. Initially, we had great success against the mess the Freestar Collective called a Navy. But then the Freestar citizenry decided to get involved. Dozens of civilian ships jumping in to shield their military counterparts. I, of course, had no trouble firing on what should have been designated enemy vessels. But my peers had lost the stomach for it. So many lives lost already, they wailed. So the great UC Navy was routed by a mob. They picked our ships apart. The UC surrendered not long after.
They didn't fire on civilians.
And thus rang the death knell for the great UC.
What's the better way to say it? Bested by civilians, iconic, considering the civilian sacrifice at Londinium. Only person you have to blame for the UC's defeats yourself? Planning seems sound, it's just a bad roll of the dice, I guess.
That's one way of putting it. But yes, bad luck. And weak subordinates.
Why not try evacuate?
We were in the middle of an all-out war, Captain. Committing ships to save the city would have left another undefended. Which city would you prefer I'd sacrificed? Sidonia? Gagarin? New Atlantis? And if anyone else had learned about the Lazarus plant, well, the risk was too great. I weighed the options and made the call.
How on earth to do this?
Once we'd cracked synthesizing the Lazarus plant's pollen, research that took years in and of itself, the attacks were exceedingly simple. Orlaze's ship would land on our target, bearing a few heat leeches. Nothing that would raise suspicion. Then Lazarus pollen was pumped out of the ship during liftoff from the planet's surface. Shortly thereafter, an attack. A strike perpetrated in mere moments, with no one being the wiser. Well, thanks to our combined efforts, the Sanan name has more clout with the cabinet than it has in years. I hope to build on that. I have a long list of names civilized society would be better without. I just need someone to help me remove them from the picture. Should we begin the hunt? Or did you have questions?
Alright, well, let's get started.
Just what I was hoping to hear. There's a slate waiting for you in the transfer system. Those are the details for our first, person of interest. Find them, eliminate them, and make the galaxy a better place for it. Though...
Oops, that's the wrong thing.
I would expect some resistance when trying to approach the target. Deal with any you encounter as you see fit.
So yeah, basically it looks like EST Navy, and this is the bit that I was pointed to, just didn't fire on the civilian ships. Tried to keep to the military ones and got ripped apart on the sides. We can't shoot them. That's just a civilian ship, but it's firing on us, sir. But we can't shoot them. Yeah, I'd like to point out, had you tried the same stunt on the US Navy, you would probably sink your ass. And fairly enough, I would agree. Fairly enough? Fairly enough. Still a shit ton of guns.
Just by only the fun.
Would you... Didn't actually stick another one. Oh, cool. I don't like the grenades. I don't like the throwable grenades. Be honest about that. Well, they're weighty things. I know I've got a large carry weight pool with the whole piece, but it's the, oh no, it's going to cost this much weight that one does not want. I think the city could have been better designed with actually a bridge across here. Like a proper bridge.
I need to find a store with good watercolors. I like the way they bleed on the canvas. Not great. They said I lacked pep. I looked up the word. It sounds like an illness. I pray it's fatal.
Ah, sorry to hear that. Hard to find work in this economy.
Not if you're boring. Or a robot. Same thing, I guess. Well, now I need to find work somewhere else. My landlord keeps asking for this thing called rent. I told him I could pay him with a potion that would turn him into a nude, but he refused. Don't know why. Seems like it'd be an improvement. But what do I know? Certainly not enough to be a banker.
Oh, I got a job on my crew if you want it.
Yeah? Is this one of those cults I hear so much about? I hope you at least got cool robes.
I might have some outfits I can trade you.
I'm not wearing her clothes. It's weird. Not the good kind. But... yeah... I think I'm gonna need creds. Up front. And a skull. Preferably with the brain still in it. In exchange, I might show up to work 2, maybe 3 times a week. Deal?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Guess I'll gather my potions and head to my post. You do have a post for me, right?
Confirm. So, Maria is the new one. She hangs energy weapons. She also has particle beams, too. So America's still technically the biggest banger on the team. Oh, yeah. Yep. With shotgun and this. Don't you have, like, 4 active crew? Yeah, it's going to tell 4 active crew members, so you'd probably be the one not active, to be honest, but that's okay. I have a 9-person crew board.
That sounds dismal. I'm on my way.
Beep. I don't know if I've got extra crap in the bag I can get rid of here, but I'll see.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods. Welcome to UC. I hope we have...
So... Yay! Get rid of all that nonsense. Pile of hallucinogen. Bone. Palladium. Pigment. What do I need to sell? Get what I need. Oh yeah, all the recoil thing.
You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Recoil thing would only be useful on a gun that's got relatively okay damage, but a stupid rate of fire. You just can't control it. It's just like walking up to the sky, like you're trying to basically put a new hole in the moon. Something like that. Yeah. One thing I must admit, I do like is basically how it's a sort of a return to how Morrowind goes. How do you mean? Well, Morrowind used to be able to jump in and out of cities big time. It's like, whee!
Understood.
Pardon?
You're being dressed down by somebody who's not there. That's a bit of nonsense. Hit transfer, please. Weapons. Grab that. Take that up. Oh no. That'll work, that'll work. I also need to take a look at the spacesuits I have stashed. Yeah, why not? Packs. I know it's my call. Made it on board the ship yet, I think. Hello, G. Oh, no, there they are.
I think... Oh. Hey. I should charge you to go through my stuff.
20mm particle. And she has all the weapon ammo. Can I pass personal question?
Fine. Do your worst.
Anywhere you want to visit?
You mean besides the cold, endless void? I don't know. Maybe a black hole. Not the kind in space, just a big, bottomless pit. It'd be fun to throw people into it.
Just politely one. As long as it's sacrificed to some bottomless pit god.
That'd be awesome, but those don't exist either. Believe me, I've done the research.
Started getting interested in necromancy.
It was around the same time I joined a cult. They were really into the Great Serpent. So into him, they wanted to meet him. The leader prepared this special snake venom cocktail. Everyone on the ship was supposed to drink it and get grab jumped to heaven.
They're believers, they should find prosperity. Routing.
Well, those sure are words. But yeah, I didn't want to meet the Great Serpent, so I volunteered to pilot the ship. And then it occurred to me, if I was going to be surrounded by a bunch of dead people, it'd be cool if I could raise them as my personal army. I never made the grab jump. I still have the corpses.
A ship full of corpses or something? Assuming you could actually raise them.
Well, you can't. I was a naive little goth with dreams of terrorizing the galaxy. Now I'll just have to make people miserable the old-fashioned way, by mocking them.
I like her. Fun facts about fungi?
My favorite fungus is this old earth mushroom called a bleeding tooth. It's gross and looks like gingivitis.
Yummy.
I bet it smells awful too, but I have no idea. I've only seen pictures.
Oh, what do you do this?
Okay, but you may go deaf and blind from the shock.
Alright. Oh, do you ever actually do the financial?
Yeah. To me, stuff like magic, science, it's all semantics. Fire is fire, energy is energy. It's the same vibe with banking and the dark arts. Necromancy, demon pacts, predatory loans. It's all potato.
Ah, I see what you mean. How's banking this practicing necromancy?
Lots of ways. When I give someone a high-interest loan, it's like casting a drain spell that slowly sucks the life force out of a person. Eventually, they get so strapped with debt, they become a lifeless husk working 3 jobs to fund my lavish lifestyle. It's kind of like having my own personal corpse.
And demonic pacts?
When you take out a loan, it's a lot like making a contract with a demon. Only as a banker, your contract is backed by Galbank's institutional guarantee.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's not exactly apples to apples, but it does come from the same tree. The only real difference is that witches get burned at the stake, whereas bankers get golden parachutes.
This? Painting?
Oh, the usual. Landscapes, mushrooms, the slow inexorable march towards death. Stuff like that.
I'd like to see them.
Why? I never said they were good paintings.
Oh, what about your
I
family?
guess. I'm an only child. I like to think I was part of a group, and I murdered all the other children in the womb.
Lovely. Just murder, or murdered and absorbed their souls?
I'd say murdered, and turned their vengeful ghosts into my thralls.
Yeah, fair.
More than fair. Facts.
Would you be different if you had siblings?
Yeah, I'd be a murderer.
Any friends as a kid?
I had enough. Most of them were imaginary. Or fungi. Not often I have human ones like you. Let's call it a trial phase, though. I'm still sorting out the side effects.
She's an absolute peach, isn't she?
Hard to say. They did introduce me to fantasy books and video slates. I think those became my parents after that. It was a fairly transparent adoption process. Okay. Yeah, sure.
I don't have anything else for you.
Nice. Now I can go back to whatever I was doing before you interrupted me.
Yay! Now that I made sure she has gear proper, I'll worry about picking up who's running down ground later. You can give her plasma rifle. Yep, plasma or particle pistol rifle. You can use the heavy weapon. Well, it's just particle. She has, and that, you know, that's what makes her fairly. Okay, we're headed here to find me. Makes her fairly useful because she can run around with heavy weapons and just be a vicious brute with them, which is kind of fun. Bring her along, see how she handles? Why not? Everything's so symmetrical except where the shield is. Yeah. You'd be tempted to put on a single top-mount shield. But honest points, it's not as good. No, it isn't. Taken double. Alright, well, let's go get a crew member. Could have had her join you then? Yeah, but she'd probably walk around the top. Gee, you haven't given her a gun. I know. She's actually got the least amount of damage.
You're back. I guess I'll go put away your coffin. Fine, I got nothing better to do.
Oh, come on, Maria. You have to go blow some people's heads off. Can't be that grumpy. Yeah, I did most of the killing anyway. So... Spacers. Much time in the Outer Wilds. I keep wanting to see... Every time I blow up a spacer, I just want to keep... It's not just any choice, it's Spacer's choice. 3 out of 4 spacers for instant death to basically dragged out. Nice. Think you can go without that loot? I would be annoyed not having it, but one day I'm going to have to do a playthrough that I don't actually choose. Go into it without lockpicking? Absolutely. Into the mining complex. I wonder if they only chose to make you a Dusty just to basically give you the whole... Fuck my aim. I think we got him.
Try me.
But I'm removing you from the food equation. That's right, this place has got plenty of, pasties. Ooh, cheese.
So dead.
At least I got another cutter.
Huh.
Where'd they go?
Damn it. Oh! Hopefully they don't come back.
I think I like her commentary more than Erica's. Mechanized bounty hunter spacesuit. Excuse I? Mechanized, 40 capacity. That's one of those wonderful ones I marked down as sort of eh. You know. Not horrible, but not, shall we say, I'll be able to get in here. No, I wouldn't. Why don't you tell around? It's like, I would do this next time. And your legs start going around. You're like, would you really be willing to give this up? Well, you best, like I say, best to work on your next, what you're still doing. Then you can see all the problems. Exactly. Well, this will not be available to you. This will. That's a full deep sea pursuit. Which I must admit is kind of cool. But kind of falls under the category of yeah, very much so. Especially so you can buy the Ryujin suit like really early. Yeah, you can.
Hey. There you are.
Target's moving. Deal with his black oil.
Got you. Oh, get me though.
I think someone's up there. You shot me from here. You shot me from here. You are a proverbial bad guy. Colony's defector. That guy is our X-Tech piece. Get X-Tech in a big box? Yeah. It's kind of fun. I'm hearing squishy noises, and I'm not seeing the squishy. Could you do a heavy melee build? Question. Hard. Right? The problem with melee builds is getting the distance between target and you. That's it. That's it. As long as you can close the range, well, you know, your options of closing the range are I am big, I am mean, hasn't really fired. Nope, that's okay though. Could give her your ooh, actually that's not a silly idea. I could take that and give her my
Yeah? Got any fungi?
got a fun gun. How about that? Keep that, but give her this. And go that. Although she only has one round, she should, in theory,
After you.
use that weapon to annihilate things. A little bit faster in the shots, too, perhaps. Ah, I'm gonna be able to get into this door. No, you wouldn't be able to. I'm sure we'd figure a way through it. It would mean we'd lose out on this minigame. Shock. Terrible. Like, oh no. We have that and that, I think. There it is. Away. Means I'd miss out on stuff like that. True. Explosively suppressed Rattler. Let's see her take the shots. Just solved my ammo problem with that gun. So she should be able to fire additionally. Yeah. Make sure I grab a cutter. So she should be able to dump out all the rounds on that thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool then. Not bad. And Jaya is also the same way. Yeah. She would fire the same thing. Yeah. That's pretty okay then. It is pretty okay. Gonna stay up late for this one? No, tomorrow we get back into regular. So blew up the Terramorphs. Yay! where we gotta go now? Good, great question. So UC or FC Settler kind of been a bit of a, my opinion. Missions jump to. Wait, are they? Can't be back in Parimo orbit, are they? Rock. Scratch the paint. I figured. It doesn't know where the hell they've gone. They're out at Charybdis last I checked. Really? Yep. Alright. Post down a neon over here. It'd be a good place to call it out for the evening.
Want to challenge your instincts and hone those corporate skills? Ryujin is hiring the best
Scram, on duty.
If it's too hot to handle, always happy to...
Oh. I mean, someone who does explosives can use the bridger. Yep. Not bad. Ooh, it's not bad. I had to look up if they would run out of ammo. I'll make that out point. Like, no, we don't run out. And you're like, shoot. Couldn't be better. That's the one annoyance with the Fallout. Yeah, kind of is. Damn it. No. Gonna sell that? I am. I don't need that. Certain things I can see not needing.
You done here? Time to move on.
Grands liqueurs. Guards, outfitters, Ryujin. It'd be an instant death if you land in the water, though, because you can't get back up. You're like, oh, it sucks. Not too much to ask for? Absolutely.
Need some work done? We're asking everyone to take care of any leeches on their ships. We don't want any Terramore storming through here.
I like to view and modify my ships.
Okay, no problem.
Another big stack of credits. You do. I don't think I need anything else on here, but I want to double check these. Turrets? I can put the Vanguard obliterators on. Yay! They're pretty good? Yeah, they are actually pretty good. Got PBO 175 auto Helians in this. So, dropping out those, do that. Vanguard Ares particle. It's not a bad one. Gets replaced? It does. Of course, this one here, unfortunately, is the best physical ballistic weapon in the game for ships. It's short range, which is its downside, though. You need a ship that can go fast. A-rated engines, ideally. 30-15s preferably. Because again, it's a knife fight weapon. You gotta get up their button and set in there. Yep. Absolutable. Alright, so grab the file. Grab the file. Double check what I've got here. Look at it. Spreadsheets. No, I love them. You do? I do. Particle. Yeah, it would be the Vanguard Helian Auto Projector. 438. What do I have on here? Got EBO 300. I can technically put on Exterminator Auto Helian beams. The Alpha turret's 352 versus 390, but it's 438 for the Vanguards. These are PBO 75 autos. Right, so I went to you, and you. The turrets have a one sub-problem of being vicious to my targets. Fight check, weapons, assign this to my missile launcher. Yep. And go de-add. And then grab my Vanguards. Of course, the Vanguards have their own problem. You do? Yeah, they do. Problem is, to get most damage out of them, you need full set of them? Yep. Which in a full set of these is 6. I think I'm on back there a bit. Because then they're above here, and then just out there, and just out there. check, weapons, and Vanguard abilities. Accept. Cost you 74,000. Worth. So those are 20, those are 12s? Like, how are they? Because you can fit 6 of them on. One of those weapon systems, it's just because you can put 6 of them on there, they beat out everyone else. If you could only put 4 on them, they'd be horrible. Right? Like, with 4 of them, they're only kicking around about 292 DPS. It's because you can get the other 2 on there that it comes up. Something like 73 DPS per gun times 6. Right. The other ones are like 114 per gun for the Helion. You only get 4 of them. And the Exterminator Beam, 95 mega electron volt, is 130, and you only get 3 of those. Stinks, really, but there you are. That's the highest firepower you're going to get with particle weapons? It is. So if I went particles and ballistics, I'd have something that could rip shields off at long range and would just eat things ballistically up close and personal. You'd have to get in close and personal. That's the trick. If you want to do that. It's a pretty on-you point on it, isn't it? You have to open all the damn doors again, aren't you? Yep. Okay. The turrets were fun, and deadly, but they also caused me a little bit of a headache. Bung chunkers. Everything's in superposition. I need to... it's been there. Just don't even try to get into the driver's seat. Just autopilot right here. The hatch. Right? You can see the hatch. Right, yeah. Something up with there. I have to make a note of that. It's only been doing...
God, I wish there were mer people here. If you're gonna call it New Atlantis, give me some mer people.
I like her. Yeah. Grumpy goth girl. I see, that's the way it's supposed to go. Right? It opened and then open up another door. Cool. We'll eat something. Have a boom pop. Connect bacon. Proceed to open all doors. That'll be that for the evening.
Very good to see you.
My shield guy, repair dude. My form of R2. If I was going to change the cockpit on this, it would be to an Ares. It would. Everything else I like about the ship. Actually feels like a ship that actually requires a certain number of crew on it. Yeah, if I was going to redo part of it, it'd be the cockpit more than anything else. Really? And what would happen? Well, what happen is be adding an additional piece of this, right? Because this lower section here is actually a 2x, it comes all the way up to here. It's a 2x1 that technically only acts as a 1x1. That has the stairs in it, and then up into the rest of the cockpit. Right, if I was doing the Ares cockpit, this whole cockpit would be forward into that area. Or I'd have to do a probably would actually be forward. It'd probably be about here where the cockpit will start, and it would probably take up a little bit forward. And I'd do another one of these units here. Okay. So I'd have one of these and one of these like I do on the Gaia. You'd go one up through this, up that next stair, and then straight in through the back of the Ares cockpit. That'd be the plan. Would be the plan, yeah. I don't know why it's always doors on that side, but it is doors on that side. Okay. So you'd probably have double doors here and double doors there. Probably. And you'd have technically another spot there. Yeah. Right where the reactor is, I would have the ability to put another 1x1 or something in there. Would be interesting. Still have these here, though, if you had the double up? Of course I would. But these are to basically get around splitting things, because they're working like single points. So instead of doing like a double brace, I only need single braces for it. That's where we'll kind of save it out for the evening. Yeah. Not go too crazy. I mean, we are doing this for an all-world maintenance that was happening in Final Fantasy XIV, so there's no need to be that crazy with it, especially when tomorrow we get into regular Starfield for an extra hour. Or half an hour, depending on how well I've just run over my time limits here. It's all good, though. So, let's play it out, as we always do, as we say, basically, adieu, because we're going to run away for another day. But, don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow evening with more Starfield. So if you're interested in Starfield, hey, we'll see you tomorrow evening. We'll talk about the game, possible things we can do, and basically blows things up, with also trying to see what we can do to improve everything. That's the plan. That is our plan. That Friday and Saturday. Said today's just a bonus episode because they got all world maintenance in Final Fantasy XIV, so we're here as we are. Anyway, that kicks off, like I said, 7:30 Mountain Standard, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, always in the evenings. Now coming up also with the fun, I don't know, just gonna have to see how it goes, but let me put out a general thank you if you tuned in tonight. Yes, you tuned in for Final Fantasy. I'm sorry, but I don't play when they're doing reloads, or sorry, when they're doing maintenance. I've made it a one solid rule I don't do. Too many times, burned by other games, just will not give them a chance. No. Right, thank you if you watch this on the replays here on Twitch. I know, I hear a lot of noise about the platform being dead, dying, and all sorts of things, so definitely thank you if you're here. Also, I upload these all to YouTube at the end of the day. Technically I release them the day after, except maybe on the Saturday, which sometimes comes out on Monday because Sunday, I forget or don't do. But if you tune in and watch it there, hey, thank you again. I'm all said and done. I gotta go and run, so I hope you have plenty of fun and tune in next time.